Hey everybody, this is going to be a little different video today. I'm going to show you guys something that I've been working on for the last week and a half. I say week and a half, like realistically it's been 9 days I think, but we've only been keeping track of it for about a week. So I've been doing a little bit of math in the game and figuring out, hey, how actually big is a build area? The 160 by 160 by 160 is the maxed out version. So over here at my base, I kind of went with an outline to give a little visual representation of what it is on a normal landmass. It just kind of goes straight over top, straight through, and this is planed out with the flame altar at my base. Now, one thing I have found, I don't know if this is intentional or not, or if it's because of the shroud, you can't build through the shroud. Can't build in it at all. It just stops you. It could just be because this is part of the tutorial area. I don't know. But from what I can tell, it's a no-go. So I had to start kind of, edging around it in this weird... I tried getting as close as I could, but it just kept stopping me. So, terrible representation of how big a base can actually go, but you can take over these little places that have that icon on them, or the food ones. Like Long Keep, you can actually build in it and take it over. Rook, I think you could do Rook more, I'm not sure, but when you do those, it stops the enemies from spawning. But either way, and I kind of tore through some of the wall, and the foundation actually goes pretty deep like that. But eventually, I got underneath here and just decided to stop and focus efforts elsewhere. I didn't want to ruin too much of the natural area. Oh, strawberries are ready. But it goes really far. Like the 160 by 160 is perfect for actually having a group of people to live in. See, I just tore through the world there and here. And I don't know what's up with this tree. I broke it, like I chopped it down, and now it's this. So that's kind of weird. But anyways, I've been wanting to show a little bit of what I've been working on and give you guys an idea of the actual scale of the size of this thing. So let's fast travel over here, and you can see what it's going to be. This isn't going to be a long video, by the way. I'm just not going to bother with it. So this here, I have no real way to zoom out to show you guys, is a 160 by 160. Each side, length and width, is 160, so it's a square. And then you can go, I'm not sure on this one, don't quote me because I haven't quite tried it yet, 160 up and 160 down. So you essentially have one massive cube that you can fill, and the volume of it is insane. This alone here, you know what? I'm gonna do a little flight thing here. Ah, dang it. Hold on. I gotta... There's a way to do this. I gotta get my wand out, or my staff out. You can kind of cheese your way up to super flight. Apologize. I do apologize if you hear the spacebar when I'm doing this. My microphone's a little closer than it needs to be. But yeah, you can see this is the full size of this thing. It is massive. And you can see it from just about anywhere on the map, too. So, but I'm going to go through a little bit of the math for you guys that I actually had to do to figure this whole area out. Let me click on my little Word document I kept over here. So, in the span of 6 days, it took to harvest all the stone for the foundation of this thing. Which, by the way, to give you an idea of it, my hammer... I'm using the 4-meter versions of these, the 4Ms. That's how big they are. They use 256 stone each to make these. Or, if you wanted to use palm blocks, same thing. The 4-meter ones all use the same amount. But what I did was I actually did the math. These are, hold on, I'm looking over here on my notes. Nope, I didn't actually write anything out for how big these things actually are, but 256 individual blocks is what this is. So you can make one just putting down a 1x1 block, just there, whatever. They're, I think, 8 wide or something like that. Anyways, over the span of 6 days, I spent 3 hours on day 1, 4 hours on day 2, 3 hours on day 3, 8 hours on day 4, 2 hours on day 5, and 3 hours on day 6 to harvest all the stone required to build this platform. Now, my friend Koji did help me out, but he only spent basically 2.5 hours altogether harvesting stone for it. And I'll give you the numbers here in a moment on exactly how much this is. So, one length of a 160 by 160, one length of it is 320 individual building pieces. So, 320 of these. Now, the 4-meter block uses 256 building pieces, as I said a little bit ago, and one whole length of this is 40 of those. Yeah. So one layer of those 4-meter blocks, which is what I'm using for all of this. Let me go down here a little bit. Yeah, see, 1 meter layer, or 4-meter layer, is pretty freaking hefty. That one, just the 1 4-meter plane across, the one layer, technically 4 layers, but the one layer of those is 518,400 building blocks, which means 518,400 of these. That's a lot of blocks. That's also a lot of blocks for it to render, so it doesn't really get laggy, but it mainly gets laggy because I've got everything cranked up as far as I can. So this type of stone down here, oh, hold on, I'm just the wrong buttons, is the regular stone blocks. The regular stone blocks cost 15 stone to make. So you use 15 stone, you get 100 of these building blocks. It comes out to a ratio of about 1 to 6.6 repeating. So it's not the worst to build out of, but it's also, one of the easiest. It looks better than rough stone, hands down. I might actually have some of that to compare it to on me. Nope, that's the wrong box. No, I don't. Just got some building blocks over here. Anyways, so with that, in order to make the 518,400 building blocks, it takes 34,560 stone. That is a lot of stone for anybody that's done any kind of harvesting on this game. You'll know that's a lot. And I will go ahead and put the numbers on the screen so you guys can read it in case you want to go back and see exactly how much it took to build this. Now, stone can be harvested with an iron pickaxe, which also means you got to put in some work to get to the iron pickaxe stage, which is more towards end game material. But anyways, you can get an average of 3 stone per swing as you start to gather it when you go a little bit past the dirt layer. You can get a higher amount per swing with a potential 10% proc on a skill, which I believe that skill is right here, miner. When you mine resources, you have a 10% chance to get 1 additional resource. The mining could be a little higher, like the resource gather could be a little higher in base game. It's not. It kind of sucks, which is why it's taking me 9 days to do this crap. But you can only swing about 1 time per second. So let me swap over my pickaxe and you can see exactly how fast you swing. This is just, base game kind of stuff. I'm also in the jungle, by the way, in case nobody wanted to know. So that's about 1 swing. I think it equaled out to about 1 swing per second. It was like 0.85 of a second. I don't exactly remember what it was. I was timing, but then I kind of got distracted by the kids. Just going to take a second here and pause this and let you know that I actually zoomed in on everything and did frame by frame references. It is 0.99 seconds in between each strike of the ground. So from the first strike to the second strike, at my time frame in the video, it was 35 seconds and 55 milliseconds. It went up to 36 seconds and then 46 milliseconds. Either way, it's 0.99. So it's close enough to 1 second that I'm actually wrong and right in the video at the same time. So yeah, there you go. So anyways, with that, that's a lot. That costs a lot. And that takes a lot of time, which is why it's taken me a while to come out with a video for you guys, because I've been doing just this. Now, this is going to be a whole build that's be a neat little thing for me. I'm not going to tell you any more about it yet, just it's going to be something else. Also, I haven't seen anybody at all make a platform this big yet. So, you know, joke's on you guys. I have time to waste. But anyways, with that, I'm going to go ahead and call it. Figured I'd just give you guys a little update and show you what's going on my world here. But with that, you all have a good one. Bye. Oh, I forgot to mention, don't forget to like and subscribe.